Good morning. Abstinence. Experience, strength, and hope from members of Overeaters Anonymous. This one is titled Time Tested Recovery. At 3 o'clock in the morning on Saturday after Thanksgiving, I could not get to sleep. I felt horrible because of the binging I had done for the previous 2 days, and I was scared. For some time, I'd been struggling emotionally with a special relationship in my life that is not going the way I had hoped. This relationship has been on my mind constantly, and I've been afraid of what the outcome will be. Feeling very powerless and frustrated, I used the holiday as an excuse to overeat. I've been in the program a little over 6 years and am maintaining a 341-pound weight loss. My program is strong, but for those few days, I didn't work it, nor did I trust my higher power. What I experienced was a major slip for me, and it brought back a flood of bad memories. When I was growing up, I remember turning to food for comfort whenever I was afraid. Since I felt inadequate, the fear of failure was ever present, and I came into OA weighing 521 pounds. I was unemployed, divorced, and very desperate. I felt I had failed at everything in life, especially as a son, husband, and father. I did not want to live anymore, but was too scared to do anything about it. It didn't take me long to realize that this program was exactly what I needed, so I surrendered myself to it. My higher power and the loving, caring people in this program helped me to start facing the mountain of fear I had built up inside me without having to turn to food for sustenance. With every meeting I went to, every tool I used, every step I worked, and every prayer I prayed, I was gaining strength and courage. The miracle of my recovery was beginning. Food is cunning, baffling, and powerful. I turned to it over this I turned over to it. I turned it over. Oh geez. I turned to it over this past Thanksgiving holiday in order to cope with the fear I was feeling. It didn't help, of course. It never does. It just made my situation worse. I have finally managed to turn that special relationship over to my higher power and will accept the outcome. Whatever it is, I feel a great deal of relief, and my abstinence has returned. Writing this article has helped too. One thing that helped getting stronger as my recovery progresses is the knowledge that no matter how much I may be hurting or how bad things may seem to be, as long as I maintain contact with my higher power and this beautiful program, I will be okay no matter what comes along. This has been proven to me time and time again throughout my recovery. And these thoughts come from a member in Racine, Wisconsin. Yeah, I thought I had surrendered to a food plan yesterday, and I failed. Um, I knew that there was going to be free food at work yesterday, and I brought a hodgepodge lunch that wasn't really satisfying, and at the end of the workday, as I punched out, all the food showed up, and it was basically children's food. It was bad, you know. I won't go into the specifics of it, but and that's a bit of a trigger. It's like bad food. ugh, why is bad food tempting? Well, why ask why? Just surrender that food is cunning, baffling, and powerful. So much more powerful than I am with my will. So I need to surrender and turn it over. And I didn't, I halfway used the tools. I didn't write down a food plan. I thought the plan out. And when my food prep was, inadequate, I I didn't have a written plan to go on to surrender to that ill plan. And so I justified, hey, I got some food in the bag. And I told myself that I would, not succumb to that free food, but it's too powerful. And it is such a huge trigger, that free food or saving money with food. And it's almost always bad food. The savings of the money is with really bad food, especially fast food and value meals and two for this and two for that and blah blah blah. All those gimmicks that hook me in, and that the amount of advertisement that's been poured into my brain over decades and decades and decades of willful media exposure. I expose myself to the media gets me, and it is a hook. So it's my responsibility to cut that out. My responsibility to get the circulars of the money deals, the food poison deals, and their coupons, and throw them out. Don't stick them in the car, in the glove box. Um, and it's my responsibility to write a food plan and to establish a connection with my sponsor so that I can do this. I've had a great January. I had maintained 3 abstinent meals with nothing in between for the whole month. I made it a month. But February, I trip up because I haven't surrendered to the whole process. And, I went to one OA meeting in January, and I'm thinking that my other fellowship meetings are going to be enough. And it's, clearly not. So, yes, I can attend an OA meeting. I can do it today. I can call my sponsor. When I say these things out loud here, taped, it's not a guarantee that it happens. I got to do it when the rubber meets the road. Once this camera gets shut off and I get into my day, and I do write a food plan for the day, and I make sure that I got food in the fridge that's, you know, abstinent style food. I can go through and get rid of the crap that isn't. There's plenty of stuff to do. I can get on the bike and ride. I can stretch. I can lift some weights. I can do a lot of things to help my day become a better day today than yesterday. So I'm going to continue moving forward. I'm going to let go of yesterday. I'm not going to carry any guilt. I'm letting that go. I am forgiving myself. So I do owe myself an amends for yesterday. And the way that I'm going to clear that up is that I'm going to write a food plan today. And I'm going to call my sponsor, and I'm going to do some service work. And I'm going to go to yoga. And I'm going to meet with a sponsee and go over an assignment. And give work an honest 6. Sunday's a good day. Always a good day. And good news on the financial front. Well, I know I get a little extra bump this month. And then March, we'll be getting a raise. And then for the next 2 years, another dollar raise on top of that. So that's all good and progressive, you know. Life is good. Thanks for letting me share.